So, um, before I make any part of this video, again to Chris Perez, and I'm gonna lay out some things here. But before I do that, my address, which you should already know since that was you up in the 7-Eleven. Same 7-Eleven I bumped into XXX Tentacion, and the other guy that freaking I guarantee had something to do with the fucking, anyway, the other thing, and then freaking and all the other shit, and I'm just like, you know what? It's just like where I bumped into so and so, you know, it's like, and it's just like, wow. And I'm just gonna sit there and say, you know, just in case you don't have my address is 73 Mastic Boulevard. That's Mastic, New York, 11950. I'm being nice because it's like, are you telling me, no, this is nice. This is because I'm saying it's like, come on, man. And my phone number is 631-816-3413. You know, it's like, I'm sitting here and I'm like asking myself, it's like, you were in the store. You were definitely in the store, standing right behind me. And not so long back, I mentioned that, you know, because there is so much of this shit that's still hard for me to believe, no matter how much I just went through. It's like, there's no way I just made up my entire life. You were standing right behind me in the 7-Eleven. I turned right to you, and because I was telling you, I was like telling the guy, I'm like, there's no way I'm paying $6 for a fucking burrito. Burrito. Oh man, I'm just like, did I just do that? I did. Should I just post that? Yeah, probably. You know. There should be a rundown. I'm gonna give you a rundown right now that I've done multiple videos prior at this point. And the multiple videos prior is look at what happened first. The first thing that happens, I mean, other than the Tupac thing, the first thing that happens, because there's almost no way to verify the Tupac thing, but what there is when we were kidnapped, me and my little cousin, that was verified by the person. Now all of a sudden I can't get on the damn phone. And I may or may not have my mother saying, Anthony, do you remember when you were kidnapped? I might have that on fucking video too. But at the time, my mother saying it to me, I didn't even remember that. And what is she going to tell me? Anthony, you were kidnapped. It's like, okay, Mom. It's like, want to tell me some more details? It's like, yeah, no, there's fucking, what would she have known? That's why I'm saying it's like where'd the car pull off from? The front of the Perez's house. That was behind my house. That's where the proof is, right there, Chris. That's where the proof is that, you know what? It's like, wow. Wow. Because every single thing from that point on points right back to that scenario. Damian Perez's handgun that went missing. How many different times? How many times can a person lose one gun? Well, was it one gun? I don't even know if it was one gun. How many times can a person lose their gun? You know what? Every single fucking one of those times I was blamed. And I didn't even realize I was being blamed of that. Where is it? Where'd you put it? Where is it? It's like, where is what, man? Wow. The MK Ultra contracts. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's like, and then all of a sudden, I get brought in for the Selena, Quintanilla. That is a hard name to remember right there, man. So no disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect you, man. I'm not. I'm fucking overall, I'm just absolutely, disgusted with the fact that I remember now, like, certain things that my father was fucking pissed off about when he'd come through the door after going to visit Mr. Perez. Like how Mr. Perez wanted me to keep my window open so that he could fucking look in on me. Like, on some really weird shit. But he didn't say Mr. Perez's name. He's just like, oh, man, he fucking wants he wants to see the kid fucking, this is, and my father couldn't do fucking shit about that. Which I'm saying, it's like, and he couldn't. There was no fucking dude. It's what I'm saying, man. It's like, you want to know something? Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. This is really fucked up shit, man. There is a lot of shit going through my head because of and then I'm trying, it's like, yo, man. That's why it's so fucked up. Wow, man. And then the Tupac thing. So first she passes away, and then all of a sudden Tupac goes head to head with me, and then Tupac passes away because he gets shot. Now, that's 3 days after I bump into, 2.5, 3 days after I bump into Tupac. And then a few days after that, which would be today, by the way. Today is the 13th of September, 2021. But just to think, wow. And at the same time, there's the Paul Flores thing fully underway. Little do I realize that. But just like the Tupac thing, that, Tupac said he wasn't Tupac, and Tupac was always wearing blue. Well, guess what Tupac's wearing in the pictures where he's hanging out with freaking Selena Quintanilla? He ain't wearing red. it just makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder, like, was that a part of the reason why fucking Tupac? Nah, Tupac was just a cunt. That's just, yeah, because that goes way back. Tupac was just a fucking cunt. That's all he was. Maybe not in the sense of can't understand normal thinking, but he was just like a fucking open wound cunt. That's all he was. So yeah, okay, so I just hosted the idea for a fucking split second that's why Tupac was pissed off, right? The day that we bumped into each other, the day that I get my fucking car on the road. My first car on the road. Which 2.5 days later, Tupac is shot. And then, 4 or 5 days after that, meaning the 13th, Tupac is dead. And I find it real interesting that my mother passed away, a half an hour? And I'm not even going to say that because I know that this was just a completely fucked up situation. There was I didn't want to see my mother suffer no more. Talking with that nurse on the phone and hearing my mom say that she loved me, and I said, Mom, I love you, and it's like, it's just like, I don't know what to do. It's like, I don't know what to do because these people aren't even because they're so afraid. Wow, man. That's why it's all that proof. As far as the things that I'm saying in these videos to you, Chris Perez, I don't know what to say, man. That is all what I was hearing at the time. Oh, whether it was out loud, out of somebody's mouth, in the immediate circle, or the things that were fucking coming to my attention, which others were being brought to their attention, but they seemingly fucking only some of theirs matched up with some of mine. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there was a lot going on there. There was a lot going on there. There was a lot. I was talking to somebody. And they brought up something, and I remembered after talking to them, but as they were bringing it up, I'm like, ah, man, are you kidding? Because I started immediately remembering that was a big part of, and that was actually said, said at the grave site. That was actually said where they brought me, where she was buried. Oh my God, this is so sad. The whole fucking thing is said. And that's the worst part, is that fucking, it's like the parts that freaking, it's like, dude, it's like, wow. Wow. All of what I was saying is very, very correct, minus that freaking, there was so much back and forth. There was so many little tiny fucking things that were like, everybody seemed arguing, oh, then, well, we know what happened, and we know what the fuck happened, and everybody knows what the fuck happened, and it's like, well, let's see if he can do it, and blah, 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 and then it's like, the things that I'm being, wow, man. And I'm thinking to myself, is this all really happening, man? Am I really at freaking this You know, it's just like everything else. It's like so many other things. You know, the interesting part is when I was younger, the people that brought me into that, because there I went there once, twice, to that fucking jail, and that was when I was younger. That's when that's another fucking thing, because there was not the person that I was seeing was Loki, or the one that I considered to be Loki. The somewhat looking Italian. The one that basically is fucking what basically in every fucking show that has been fucking, including the fucking Avengers, similar, very similar to what Loki really looks like, right? Spirit-wise. But there was the two, I want to say, Indian kids. I'm just wondering, Chris, like, are you aware of them? Probably, right? You're probably, right? Because I remember talking to you. See, you see, now I'm wondering too, and it's just, that's what I'm saying. It's like I give way too many people the benefit of the doubt. Like, I really, really, and as far as the, wow. Yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty freaking, it's pretty right to the freaking point. Like, you know what, before Selena passed away in the way that she did, and before even Tupac passed away, and before Kristen Smart passed away, and before the little girl in 3rd grade passed away, and before the fucking Indian burial ground, which turned out to be a serial killer's burial ground, was discovered, and then a neighborhood was built over the top of it like something straight out of Poltergeist or The Exorcist. I think it's Poltergeist, but who gives a fuck? I don't know, but I'm just saying in general, fucking, you know, something straight out of one of those fucking titled movies. And it's like, you know, then before the freaking trying to kill me at the fucking, with the fucking little girl's dead body with the fucking 2.5-inch fucking Australian funnel webs in the fucking attic full of fucking nails with the fucking, what looked like a fucking paper mache. Holy shit. But not before. Well, actually, before all that, there was the fucking Tupac incident, which cannot be vouched for, other than by me and Tupac. And, of course, the fucking old man that I don't know his name, that was inside the fucking store, the bodega, right where I seen Tupac, which may or may not be alive, who the fuck knows, who was not able to do the same thing that me and Tupac could do, but he was completely fucking aware that he was able to do it. Tupac was able, he was aware of that because he fucking, that's why I'm saying, unless that guy's alive, there's no way to vouch for that. But as far as me being kidnapped, my little cousin being kidnapped at 4, me, and 3, or 4.5, about, and 3. You know, it's like, that's why I'm saying, it's like, wow, man. It's like, wow, man. You know, I look at so many, and I'm saying to myself, it's like, it's like the weirdest fucking thing to, like, there's certain things that I don't even want to fucking talk about with anybody as far as fucking what goes on inside my fucking head, because at this point, And here I am talking about all of it because I'm sitting here saying to myself, it's like, wow. Just wow. Just wow. That's why I said the one. It's why, because it's like, yo, it's like, do you know, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, do you know? You know, that's funny too, because that was right as of, wasn't it? See, that one did not die, of course. I hope she's not dead. Oh, Lord, please do not let my little pretty cup of poison be fucking... But you know what? Wow. That was before. That was as of. All of this shit that started going down, that was around about that time, period. To rub in my face. But that's also when freaking, I'm thinking, that's also, That's why it's interesting, Chris. It's like, it really makes me wonder about that log out on that reservation. I really, really wonder about that log right now. Because there is something that I'd see, I think everybody's fucking, I don't think I missed it. I think freaking, because they're not even talking about I'm thinking the log situation may open up that. I don't trust your family, man. There's no, like, I don't see any of the freak, like, that is on some seriously fucking, that is seriously fucked up, man. And then, you know, by me saying that, it's like, oh, then you're going to take that the wrong way, or if, I mean, you know what, man, it's like, I don't even think, this is why I'm just like, whatever, man. What, you know what, man? Wow, man. Wow, man. The stuff that was said at the gravesite itself, like, and I'm just like, wow. I'm like, this is crazy. This is fucking crazy, man. This is fucking crazy, man. That's when the rumor really started, right there, right? The rumor was already, like, sort of starting, supposedly, but I didn't have no fucking knowledge of any of that. It's literally when fucking I was there and freaking what I was hearing while I was there. And I mentioned it, and the people verify it, and then it's like, wow, big fucking to-do. And I'm just like, wow, man. I'm like, this ever fucking, I'm like, this can't be all real. This really can't, this can't be all real. And I really didn't. I didn't, whether not, or whether this, it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, then there's the long time period of me being fucking slowly poisoned and drugged throughout this whole process. It's like, wow, that's great, man. It's like, you know, and it's like just to think, like, fucking just trying to find a fucking bag of weed. And nobody had weed, right? Yeah, just so I could fucking fall asleep when I was a kid. Younger. Wow. Just wow. Every day, every fucking day, waking up and going to fucking school. And the same shit that's happening here now. Every time I go to fucking sleep, fucking somebody's got to wake me to fuck up. It's bullshit. Just like there's 3 mailboxes outside my fucking front of my door. So that this way, fucking, you know, my mail can be fucking opened. And then it's like, oh, nobody knows what happened. It was only an accident. He's overthinking this. Or he's over fucking, you know, he's paranoid. There's a lot of paranoia going on. Fuck this shit. I don't care if it was lit. These things go out even when they're lit. So I just fucking light them all the time now. Just like, fuck it. No, seriously. I'm just like, wow, man. I'm like, they're not bad little cigars, but why the fuck they go out? Like, the right air. I'm just like, wow, man. I'm just sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt myself. Being sidetracked. So, yeah, I am not making this as, I am making this because, you know, something, it's like, you know, it's just like the whole Demi thing. It's like, I don't even know what to say to Demi. I don't even know what to say. I remember and I don't remember, and I remember fucking not feeling fucking, and I was so tired, and I'm just like fucking saying to myself, you know something, after all this shit, and then all the shit that was already fucking fully blown underway, and then all these years later, forgetting that I fucking even knew Demi. Hearing that Demi almost took an overdose, I mean, right after, between Little Peep passing away, which I just felt bad for the kid. I don't know what to say, man. But that's not even, then the Tentacion kid, and then freaking Demi, and then Mac, all of a sudden, and Mac dies on the same day Tupac was fucking, shot. I heard these other spirit boxes, that's because the spirit box thing. Now, I've listened to other spirit boxes, and it's interesting because, and the reason I started listening to a few of these things, which I've seen them before in the past, and I said this, it's like, but I didn't really care too much about them, you know? But I'm sitting here, and this was after Mac died, okay? My fucking radio, I was playing a radio station, and all of a sudden, the radio station got staticky. And motherfucker's little voice came through that motherfucking radio and started saying, and he was doing it just like fucking dude. And I'm just like, wow. I'm like, you little bitch, you little shithead, you fucking, wow. I mean, clear as day. It's like, I was like, no fucking way. And then I'm sitting there like debating in my head. I'm like, nah. I'm like, but that happened. That totally happened. Which is so weird when it comes to the fucking, that's why I'm saying it's like, that's why I've listened to a few of these guys, I've listened to a few of these guys, the guy that makes these ones, I've listened to a few of them, and I'm just like, how would they know that? The Selena one is the one that I made the video the other day about with talking to you. And you know, me being upset and pissed off. And I'm trying to calm myself down from all of the things that are flooding into my head. So it's like, you know, it's like, but I mean, like, how would this guy know, like, fucking, like, when, like, if, let's just say that there was somebody doing this and they had some, like, the walls were bleeding, all right? That was something I said when I walked into the fight. And at first, I didn't even think I walked in because I remembered the candles first. That's why I said, give me a second here. Let me go back in my brain and start thinking this out. Because I know that the names that were mentioned were fucking, there was a lot of names mentioned that I was getting That's why other people were getting those same freaking, and then yet they weren't hearing some of the things that I was hearing. But it was the walls bleeding to the room. That's when I said holy shit. I said freaking that, I remember this. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's interesting because there was one other interesting detail that I mentioned that other people didn't mention. So that one detail was something else about the inside of that room, other than the walls bleeding. See, everybody else that did fucking see the same thing with the walls bleeding, Chris, yo, but they didn't see that one thing. That caused them to wonder to themselves, what the fuck was I seeing? Was I seeing more than them? That's what I remember. You see, and then all the freaking, and then that's the thing too. It's like, it's interesting because the person I was talking to mentioned something, and I'm like, and I checked into it, and that's when the other memory. I mean, I knew, like, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like I could have sworn, and then I was like, wow, man. It's like, it's just like, wow. It's like, I asked that person. I said, what did you freaking look into this or something? That was like, no. They were like, we're getting, then this is just now. So I'm saying to myself, it's like, wow, man, it's like, you know, that whole thing, man, it's all bad news, man. It's just all around bad news. That's why it's like, you know, people, that's what I'm saying. The whole thing is freaking, the whole thing. You know, all this wasted, right? My entire life wasted for shit that fucking, that's the whole point. The proof is right there to you. The proof is right there. That goes all the way back to when me and my little cousin were kidnapped. Right outside, the car that pulled off right in front of, right from the front of Mr. Perez's house.